Well, this certainly isn't a fun one to report on. We have been talking about how Indiegogo has been targeting Comicsgate campaigns, shadow banning them. Private American has been one of those, so Indiegogo has targeted Mike Barron and his work here. It's pretty obvious as to why. I mean, if you watch the video, it's very much about patrolling the southern border, and there's some political messaging in it, and Mike Barron likes to write comics like that. Now, of course, when there's left-wing comics like this, there's nasty Trump pornography on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. They allow that. They don't have any problem with it. But when it comes to something that's even got a mild conservative message, that is what happens here. Now, it shouldn't be that triggering of a deal. It's a Hispanic guy as a main lead who's hunting down fentanyl dealers. Now, that's not a bad thing. I mean, we all think that fentanyl is bad, so you should be able to get behind that. But gosh, this is the world we live in today. And now, not only has Indiegogo messed with the campaign, but Kickstarter has as well, and to an even greater degree, which I don't want to report. It's not in my best interest to do so, and I'll tell you why. My name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and an award-winning comic creator. This is my Flying Sparks Ultralight Beams, which I'm going to be launching in just a couple months, and so I'm a little scared now, I got to tell you. Now, this doesn't really have any political messaging in it, so maybe there won't be a problem. I don't know. But they might just have a problem just because I'm me. You never know about identities. So I hope this goes through. I hope there's not a problem. Gosh, this is really depressing times. And poor Mike Barron really is bearing the brunt of this all the way around. Now, Mike Barron, if you don't know, he was the creator of Nexus, a great indie comic in the 80s. And he also did basically the seminal Punisher run, which developed the character in the early 90s. Really great stuff. And so he's a wonderful writer. And of course, The Private American is a book that's going to be very familiar ground for somebody who likes the Punisher and things like that. And here it is. The Daily Kos actually made this article yesterday and put this out there. Punisher creator Mike Barron releases another racist as fuck comic book. Wow, that's a title right there. The Daily Kos isn't even trying to look professional in the way that they title things anymore. It's clear that this is obviously just an attack on conservatives, an attack on Mike Barron. Poor Mike Barron is just trying to make comic books and just trying to have fun. And these guys can't handle that. And so what happens is this article just spurgs out about him for quite a while. This is terrible. White supremacy is the murders. And then what happens is a few hours later, everybody who reads this website goes and mass reports Mike Barron's Kickstarter campaign. And this is what happens. They get flooded with a bunch of reports because it's not like they're sitting around monitoring for the most part. Kickstarter's a little too busy for such things. But when the Daily Kos gets those people on there, they go on there and then, of course, they try to ruin people's lives. That's what these liberals do every single time. And sure enough, they were successful. And here it is. Funding suspended 24 hours ago. Now, this came right after the Daily Kos article. It's very obvious what inspired this. And it's very obvious that, like, leftists have learned that you can just run hate campaigns against somebody. That you can say that they're a bad person, they're the worst, and then encourage a bunch of people online to go harass conservatives. And then conservatives will lose their platforms and lose their jobs, etc. as a consequence. This has been something that's been going on for culture for a long time. We saw it happening with Keffels, the transgender person who went around and, of course, got Cloudflare to take down Kiwi Farms, a website where people want to post things anonymously in order to keep themselves safe. Now, Keffels then went after that person very hard, the owner there, Joshua Moon, and just tried to get him deplatformed everywhere, and then had their transgender personal army go do that. Now, this is exactly what the Daily Kos did, and then I think they intended to do this. This is their targeting every single time, and unfortunately, these are weak-willed companies that we're dealing with every single time. When they get those list of complaints, they'll take action quickly and just try to sweep it under the rug and make it go away. Then we'll never respond to you as to why your campaign's down. The Private American probably didn't violate any sort of code or anything like that. This is definitely not a white supremacist book if this is the lead character. What the hell are they thinking? But unfortunately, they're not thinking. They just react. They react with like a fight or flight instinct. That's what these SJWs do. They're just completely on emotions only, and you can never actually reason with them or anything else because of that. So it's very sad to watch this. The Private American is still available. So if you go to theprivateamerican.com, theprivateamerican.com, Very simple. There's a couple different options right here that they have for you. It is still up on Indiegogo, even though it's shadow banned. You can't find it on the website, but you can find it from the link here. And they also put it up on a new website called Crowdfunder for people who want to check out a new website for things like that. So, yeah, I really hope that this campaign does successful. Please spread the word about this. Mike Barron needs your help, obviously. He's been deplatformed everywhere. He's shadow banned everywhere. It's very tragic because he's one of the greatest writers of our time. And thank you guys for checking out the video and checking out and supporting cool projects. I'll see you guys soon.